Okie doke, let's do this. Oh yeah. Who's ready? Because I'm ready. We're already live, so it is what it is. Giratina Gaming, or welcome to the stream. Y'all know what it is. Can y'all hear me? Because if y'all can't hear me, this is gonna suck. Hey, SpongeBob SquarePants fan 2006, y'all, welcome to the stream. Once we get like 3 people in here, we can officially start, because why the heck not, you know? This is probably gonna be a pretty chill and semi-short stream, because why not? I'm Versity Culmination now. Oh, okay. Hey, Versity Culmination, welcome to the stream. So yeah, you know, Spacey Demoto, welcome to the stream since y'all are here. Without further ado, let's before we begin, I'm just gonna show you guys what is on this bracket, because why not? So first we got the Wallace and Gromit movie that came out on Netflix like back in January. Better Man, of course, that's like a biopic. Dog Man. It's been a while since we have done a live stream. It has been a while, you're right. It has been a long time actually. Uh so I gotta get back on doing this, especially for 2026. Dog Man, Captain America Brave New World. I don't think you can see that. Mickey 17, Novocaine, the Minecraft movie, Sinners, Thunderbolts, the live action Lilo and Stitch, Mission Impossible, the Final Reckoning, Karate Kid Legends, the live action How to Train Your Dragon, Elio, K-pop Demon Hunters, F1 the movie, and then over here we have the Jurassic World Rebirth, Superman, Fantastic Four First Steps, Naked Gun, The Bad Guys 2, Weapons, Neja 2, Demon Slayer, Infinity Castle movie, One Battle After Another, The Lawn Walk, The Smashing Machine, Chainsaw Man the movie, Raise Arc, Wicked for Good, Zootopia 2, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, and Avatar Fire and Ash. So the reason why I waited till now is because I wanted to wait until I've officially seen all of these movies, and now that Avatar is out and I finally checked it out, I've officially seen all of these movies that are on this bracket. So that's a W. Yeah. So it says that there's 3 people watching at the moment, so I think now would be a good time to start. Because why not? So here we go. First match is the Wallace and Gromit movie, Vengeance Most Foul, versus Better Man. And yeah, this is probably gonna be an easy round for a lot of you. Just type in what movie you want to see, move on, and we'll see what's up. Both these movies are great. For me, Better Man is awesome, and the Wallace and Gromit movie is also pretty good. So far, that's 1 vote for Wallace and Gromit. Hello, Jeloni. Welcome to the stream. Wallace the Cheese. There you go. I guess that's 2 votes for Wallace and Gromit. I guess that's it. That's 3 votes. That's majority. So Wallace and Gromit will move on to round 2. Better Man, rip. Anyway, next we got Dogman versus Captain America Brave New World. Dogman is a pretty fun animated film from DreamWorks that came out. And Captain America Brave New World had so much potential, yet it did not live up to the hype, in my opinion. If you like the movie, then good for you. I didn't like it, but let's see which movie's gonna move on. That's 1 vote for Captain America and 1 vote for Dogman. Right now we're tied. Let's see. I guess this next vote will determine which movie will move on. If we get another vote pretty soon, hopefully. Yes, maybe. Also, never seen any of the movies that came out but Gabby's Dollhouse. Wow. Well, I have a whole list of movies for you to check out. Yeah. Hey, Sean McGrew, welcome to the stream. Right now, Dogman and Captain America are currently tied. If no one else votes in the next few seconds, I might have to be the deciding vote. Because, yeah. but I want to see like over 50%. Yeah, there's like a lot of movies. This year was pretty stacked with a lot of movies. Okay. I guess I'll be the deciding vote. And between the two movies, sorry, I must have not seen your comment, Giratina Gaming, but you voted for Dogman, so there we go. Dogman will be moving on to round two, and Captain America's out. All right, now this is gonna be a tough round because I guarantee a lot of you didn't see these movies. Mickey 17 versus Novocaine. These movies probably sound like nothing you've heard of before because these are two pretty small movies that came out in like March, I want to say. But out of the two, there's one that I definitely prefer to the other. So far, I got one vote for Novocaine. We'll see. Mickey Mouse 17. Also never heard of Novocaine. Yeah, it makes sense. Both these movies kind of just came out of nowhere and no one really paid much attention to them, which makes sense. Okay, that's 2 votes for Novocaine and 1 vote for Mickey 17. I believe that's majority rules. So Novocaine will be moving on to round 2. Not like any of these movies are going to move on past round 3, but we'll see what's up. All right, next we have a Minecraft movie, but I want to see the Mickey 17 because I saw the trailer. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. All right, next we got a Minecraft movie versus Sinners. Now, one of these movies became a giant movie when it came out, and the other one also became pretty big, but mostly because of how good the movie is. So we'll see which movie will move on this uh, this round. I think I have a pretty good guess. NASA, welcome to the stream. Hope y'all are having a fun Friday. Sinners because of the soundtrack. Yeah, the soundtrack in Sinners is like really good. I am Steve, Chicken Jockey, Flint, and Steel coming in hot. Of course, I guess that's a vote for Minecraft. The only reason why I'm picking it is because I haven't seen Sinners. That's fair. Sinners is also a really good movie, but that I understand why you vote for that. So that's 2 votes for Minecraft and 1 vote for Sinners. Sinners because I don't like the Minecraft movie. That is fair. I'm not a huge fan of the Minecraft movie either. It's a fun movie, but objectively, it's kind of bad. So right now they're both tied. We're gonna need someone to break this tie, if anyone will. If not, I will have to break the tie. But yeah, I didn't expect this. I was expecting everyone to vote for Minecraft. Let's see if we get another vote. But in the next like 20 seconds, we'll see if we get another vote. And if not, then I will be the tiebreaker, or I'll be the one who breaks the tie, if that makes sense. And based on what I've been saying, I think it's clear which movie I would decide. Okay, it looks like no one else is gonna vote, so I will be the deciding vote. And between these two movies, I'm gonna have to choose Sinners just because, like I said, I wasn't a huge fan of the Minecraft movie, and also Sinners is really good. So that's why Sinners will be moving on. If you haven't seen Sinners, I definitely check it out. It was a really good movie. All right, next round we have Thunderbolts versus Lilo and Stitch. Both of these movies, well, one of these movies is pretty bad. The other one isn't. So we'll see which one gets. We'll move on. Thunderbolts gets 1 vote. W in the chat. W in the chat. Thunderbolts gets 2 votes. That's a massive W right there. Thunderbolts is pretty obvious for me. Yes, and welcome to the chat. Oh, that was Ike Anderson. Welcome back. All right. That's already 3 votes for Thunderbolts. Worst remake Disney made, so I'll go with Thunderbolts. Yeah, Lilo and Stitch really was bad. I don't know what Disney was thinking there. Okay, that's 4 votes, and I think that's everyone who's watching. So automatic win for Thunderbolts, and I'm not mad at all. Thunderbolts will be moving on to round 2. Oh, crud, hi! Yo, Skitty Shortcake and Levi OC, welcome to the chat. You missed quite a bit, but right now, Wallace and Gromit, Dogman, Novocaine, and Sinners have all moved on, and also Thunderbolts. So, yeah. Next match, we have Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning versus Karate Kid Legends. These two movies are pretty good in my opinion. I know a lot of people weren't the biggest fan of these movies, but I thought they were decent for what they are. Um, oh yeah, we haven't got to Superman yet, but we're getting close. Okay, so between these two movies, let's see which one's going to move on. Karate Kid Legends so far has one vote, and we'll see what's up. Mission Impossible has two. Karate Kid two. I mean, Mission Impossible has one. Karate Kid has three now. All right, it looks like it's gonna be Karate Kid moving on. I'm not upset with that. Um, yeah, haven't seen either, so I can't vote. That's very fair. Mission Impossible because those movies look more fun to watch. That is true. That is true. All right, but looks it was unanimous. Karate Kid Legends will be moving on, and yeah. All right, next match. This is probably going to be an easy one. We have the live action How to Train Your Dragon versus Elio. Um, DreamWorks actually knew how to make a remake, unlike Disney. And Elio is a decent Pixar film. I don't think I'd go, I'd go farther than that because it was just decent. So far, that's already two votes, three votes for the live action. Not surprised. Elio, even though that movie was okay. Yeah, that movie was okay. Could have been better. Two votes, but three votes now. Dang. But, oh, actually, it's tied. Or not. Wait, is it tied? No, never mind. Okay. Well, it was tied, but not anymore. It looks like the. Oh, wait, it's tied again. Okay. In that case, I will be the deciding vote unless somebody else votes. So all good. So all good. Okay. Out of these two movies, I'm gonna have to go with the live action How to Train Your Dragon, of course, because it's actually a good remake. You wouldn't expect that, especially in the year 2025 with Hollywood. So, and like I said, Elio could have been a lot better than it was. So I'm gonna go with How to Train Your Dragon, and yeah, that'll be moving on. Okay, this is probably going to be a landslide. But let's see. We have K-pop Demon Hunters versus F1. I will say these two movies are actually really good. I guarantee most of you probably haven't seen F1, but if you have, I highly recommend it. That movie is Top Gun Maverick level, and if you've seen Top Gun Maverick, then you know what I'm talking about. But K-pop Demon Hunters is also something special. So no matter what movie moves on, it'll be good. All right, so far F1 has three votes already. I'm surprised. I vote for the film that I kept trying to get you to watch. Yes, yes, you kept on trying to get me to watch it so many times, and I finally sat down and watched it in September. Okay, I did not expect this outcome. I did not expect this outcome at all. But I guess that's majority rules. Yeah, I forgot F1, but I do remember I want to watch it, and it's the one based on the game. No, it's actually based on the real F1, which is the whole racing thing that they do like every November. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Anyway, that's surprising. Didn't expect F1 to win here, but it looks like F1 will be moving on. This is the biggest shock of the night. I was expecting K-pop Demon Hunters to make it to like round four even, but it looks like F1 is moving on. I'm not upset, but I'm very surprised. And it looks like yeah, I haven't really heard of it much either. Damn, I love race cars. I should have picked this movie. It's a really good movie, for sure. All right, so that's it from the left side. Now onto the right side, we got Jurassic World Rebirth versus Superman. Let's be honest, one movie is way better than the other, so hopefully that movie wins this round. I mean, this match. But we'll see. Superman, Superman. You can hear it too if you're sincere. Yes, 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 yes. You can hear it too if you're sincere. It's just the facts. Jurassic Park don't make good movies anymore. That is sadly true. I haven't seen all of this one and the last one. Oh, you've seen all of them. course. Superman is like a breath of fresh air, especially for comic book movies. So obviously, I'm not surprised it's winning. Okay, yeah, there was another Jurassic World movie, kind of made money, but yeah. All right, well, it's a no-brainer. Superman will be moving on, and yeah. All right, this might be another easy round. We have Fantastic Four: First Steps versus The Naked Gun. July 2025, literally the best month of movies. Honestly, like two really good comic book movies came out that year. I mean, that month. But yeah, Fantastic Four, Fantastic Four, Fantastic Four, Okay, everyone's waiting for Fantastic Four. To be honest, I didn't like Naked Gun. It's a fun movie. If you've seen it, it's very like slapstick comedy though. So if that's not your thing, then there you go. It's like I would describe it as a live action Family Guy, except not as bad as Family Guy when it comes to how crazy the jokes can be, if that makes sense. Because I think this movie was rated PG-13, so they couldn't really go that far. Anyway, yeah, no surprise, everyone was going to vote for Fantastic Four this match. So it looks like the next match after this in round two is going to be exciting. But yeah, Fantastic Four is moving on. I hate Family Guy. Wow. All right. This next match could go either way. I think I know which one's going to win, but though I now have flexing rights as F4 came out on my birthday. Exactly. Pretty obvious. Yeah, Bad Guys 2 versus Weapons. I will say, if you haven't seen Weapons, if you're into like horror films, definitely give Weapons a try because this movie is actually really good, horror wise. Actually, like movie wise too. The way it was uh, scripted and how the whole movie went. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Hear me out. Weapons better. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, Bad Guys 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Weapons was really good, but I had more fun with Bad Guys 2. I agree. Weapons. So, okay. Weapons had like 2 votes. Bad Guys had 5. I am more into older horror movies. That's also fair. Horror movies, when they're good, they're really good. Even bad horror movies can be enjoyable. All right. It looks like the majority agrees that the Bad Guys 2 will be moving on, and that is what's going to happen. Now, this match will be interesting. We have Neja 2 versus the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie. Now, if you haven't seen Neja 2, first watch Neja 1, then check out Neja 2 because this movie is awesome. It's awesome. But the Demon Slayer movie is also awesome. So I wonder which movies will move on here. Neja 2, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Demon Slayer, 1 vote, and Neja 2, 1 vote. Let's see how the twists will turn. Never saw both. Okie doke. Oh, I love the movie with Michael Jackson. Yeah. Neja 2, Demon Slayer is not for me, but I love the art style in the trailer. Yeah, that's fair. Looks like we currently have a tie, and if no one else votes, I will have to break the tie. I love both, but I pick Demon Slayer. Okay. Looks like Demon Slayer is in the lead. And it shows that only 6 people watching, so I think that's everyone. And if that's the case, then it looks like Demon Slayer will be moving on. Rip Neja 2. But like I said, if you haven't, you gotta check that one out. That one's honestly really good. Okay, now this match could go either way. I don't know if most of you guys have seen these 2 movies, but I highly recommend if you haven't. That's sad. It's pretty sad, yeah. Next, we got One Battle After Another versus The Lawn Walk. Yeah, 2 movies that are actually pretty good, especially The Lawn Walk. The Lawn Walk was actually really good. And One Battle was also really good too, but a bit too long, in my honest opinion. All right, Lawn Walk has 2. One Battle has 1. Haven't seen either of them either. That's fair. The Lawn Walk, I heard it's made by the people that made the Hunger Games. I have no idea. Sorry, but I ain't voting this round. I haven't seen either. That's fair. Okay. based on those who have voted, it looks like it will be The Long Walk. Speaking of Hunger Games, please watch it. I will certainly do that maybe next year because that's when the next Hunger Games movie comes out. So I'll probably do like a little binge before that new one. Yeah. All right. Based on the results, it looks like The Long Walk will be moving on, and I'm not upset with that at all because that's a really good movie. Now, this match is probably going to be a landslide. We have Darcy, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Just in time, too. We have the Smashing Machine going up against the Chainsaw Man movie, the Raise Arc. There's one clear winner here. So let's see. Let's see. Chainsaw Man gets one vote. Of course. Yes, 2 votes. Because, obviously, wonderful, they call you wonderful. Chainsaw Man because I have never heard of the other one. This sucks, never seen these movies. Hello, is that who I think it is? Gensokyu, is that you? Anyway, Chainsaw Man, it's like I said, it's a bloodbath. The Smashing Machine, for what it is it's a solid movie with some pretty good acting, but the Chainsaw Man movie is absolute cinema. What is bro mentioning? I don't know what bro is mentioning. I could be completely wrong. Anyway, yo, welcome. But yes, obviously Chainsaw Man moving on. No doubt about that. All right, next match. This could go either way. We have Wicked for Good versus Zootopia 2. Yeah, let's see. Wicked for Good is pretty good, and Zootopia 2 is also pretty good. Only watching half of the films. No, screw Wicked. I'm voting Zootopia 2. Zootopia. I'll pick Wicked 2. Zootopia. Well, hey, Wicked got one vote. That's something. Yeah, everyone else voted for Zootopian. Not surprised. Zootopia 2 is actually a pretty good sequel. And Wicked for Good is also a pretty good sequel. I love Wicked. Sorry, y'all. Hey, what's not to like? Zootopia is always my favorite Disney movie of all time. It's a pretty good movie. But yeah, a lot of people vote for Zootopia. So looks like Zootopia will be moving on. And now the final match of round 1. This might be a landslide. We have Lightning. Welcome to the chat. Anyways, we have FNAF 2 versus Avatar. This should be they got SpongeBob and Wicked 2 already 10 out of 10. That is true. Avatar 100%. Avatar Fire and Ash only because I'm voting it because this FNAF movie kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. I agree with you there, but it's very fun. It's very fun, Sometimes you got to watch a fun, dumb movie. Avatar. Screw Five Nights at Freddy's. This movie sucks. Avatar. FNAF. Okay, it's actually kind of close. I love the movie with Matt Pat. Who doesn't? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, wait. It actually might be a tie. FNAF 2, at least it didn't get me to fall asleep. That is also true. FNAF 2. Okay. Well, it looks like, from the looks of it, FNAF 2 will be moving on. Sometimes you gotta have a lot of fun. And Avatar is a movie. Okay, Avatar 3 was a bit disappointing, mainly because of the shipping. Yeah, honestly, out of the 3 movies, I will say, in my honest opinion, Avatar 3 is probably the worst of the 3, but that could be a hot take. Though I've been a FNAF fan since 2014, so that's true. And FNAF 2 is all full of Easter eggs and references, so what's not to like? Again. All right, but yeah, it looks like FNAF 2 will be moving on. And that's it for round 2. So let me get things sorted, and you guys will just have to look at Freddy's, Freddy's hat or eye for 3 minutes probably while I get this sorted out for round 2. The biggest snub of this match, of this whole entire round, is probably Better Man losing, but I'm not surprised why it lost. because I'm guaranteeing most of you guys probably don't even know what that movie is. But I recommend it if you're into like biopics and stuff, because that one's pretty good. It's from the same guy who did The Greatest Showman. So if you like that movie, chances are you'll like this one. So, TDI fan, what movie are you looking forward to in 2026? For me, it's Doomsday. I agree. I agree. Did SpongeBob was not in this tournament. I was debating on whether to put SpongeBob or Avatar. I went with Avatar just because, you know. Actually, if it was SpongeBob, it probably would have been closer between SpongeBob and FNAF had it been those two. William Afton, one of the best villains in all of fiction. Of course, he always comes back. So that's all you need to know about how goated he is as a villain. Agreed. Agreed. But the biggest upset, well, not really the biggest upset, but the biggest surprise was F1 winning over K pop Demon Hunters. I was not expecting that, but I can't complain. They're both really good movies, though. You had to do one thing, don't let him know what's happening and keep him in the dark. Exactly. I'm glad SpongeBob wasn't in it because the movie was kind of weird. Honestly, yeah. If you've seen the new SpongeBob movie, it's hit or miss. I will say that. I will say it's a little bit better than Sponge on the Run, but that's really not saying much. And yeah. Oh, I forgot Demon Slayer won this one. Oh yeah, you guys gotta watch Ninja too, because that movie is peak cinema. I caught TFN jamming to Big Guy. Sadly, that's true. But let's be honest, Big Guy has nothing on Squeeze Me or Ocean Man, okay? And that's a fact. Or Goofy Goober, Rock, you know? Even the original Goofy Goober thing. Big Guy has nothing on all of that. No, it's funny. There's so much FNAF lore, and it all just waters down to William Afton does a bad thing. You're right. You're right. Hi, sis. Freaking Michael Afton. Wasn't he supposed to be a good guy? I don't know. I could be completely wrong. I'm kind of surprised Neja 2 didn't win. That movie was fire. It was fire, but it did go up against Demon Slayer. So I'm not that surprised, but I would have been even more surprised if it moved on. Okay, I believe round 2 is now ready. He deep fried a baby. Oh, would you rather with live action Family Guy or Simpsons? I don't know. Michael Afton is like 50-50. I see. I'm looking forward to JJK Season 3 and JoJo Part 2. Oh, yeah. We are eating good with anime next year. Okie doke. We are ready for round 2. Because why not? All right. Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul versus Dogman. Let's see which one will move on. It's one animated film and one claymation film. So technically, the Wallace and Gromit movie came out last year, but it didn't drop on Netflix where I'm at until January of this year. So that's why it's here, if that makes sense. I'm just making sure Superman survives long. Wallace and Gromit. Wallace and Gromit. Wallace and Gromit. Dogman. Wallace and Gromit. Yeah, Wallace and Gromit, such a goated duo. Wallace. Okay, I'm not that surprised. That Wallace and Gromit is getting all the votes. I always love stop motion. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Okay, everyone except for one person voted for Wallace and Gromit, but hey, at least Dogman got a vote. Wallace and Gromit will be moving on. Next, we have Novocaine versus Sinners. This could go either way, but clearly one of these two movies is like way better than the other. So let's see which one will move on. Sinners, one vote. Wallace and Gromit had the bigger dog, man, and get that joke? Oh, had the bigger dog, man. Yeah, you're right. Sinners. Yes, Sinners. Okay, everyone's voting for Sinners. You all made the right choice. Novocaine, same reason as last round, because I haven't seen Sinners. Again, I do recommend catching Sinners whenever you have the chance because it's a really good movie. All right, but it looks like Sinners has the majority, so Sinners will be moving on. Haven't seen both. Novocaine is a solid popcorn flick. That's what they call those types of movies. That's what I would say. While Sinners is, you know, it's like Weapons, but probably a little better. Anyway, next match, Thunderbolts versus Karate Kid Legends. I sure hope that the one movie that I'm thinking of moves on. We'll see what happens. Anything's possible. Thunderbolts, more into Marvel. That's fair. Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts. Karate Kid. Thunderbolts. Karate Kid Legends is very solid, but it really could have been a little better, especially with how they handled Ralph Macchio's character, in my honest opinion. Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts. Century is so, you gotta love Century. You gotta love Bob, right? Right. Okay, yeah. Majority rules here. Thunderbolts will be moving on. W in the chat. All right, next we have the live action How to Train Your Dragon versus F1. We will see which movie will move on here. But I think I have a pretty good guess. How to Train Your Dragon, 1 vote. I'm surprised. Yeah. Live action How to Train Your Dragon now has 3 votes, and that's probably all it needs. Yeah. Okie doke. 4 now. Yeah. All right. I think that's more than enough. How to Train Your Dragon will be moving on. Where the F did the F1 voters go? Nah, you're for real, for real. I guess it was just, it just went up against the dragon. Look, F1 is now going down, down, down. Yeah. All right, well, How to Train Your Dragon will be moving on here. All right, now this is probably going to be the toughest one yet. We'll see. Superman versus Fantastic Four First Steps. Let's see which one will move on here. Superman 1. Dragons are cooler than cars. Yeah. Superman 2. Superman 3. 4. 5. Everyone loves Superman. Fantastic Four has 1 vote. Michael Sanchez, welcome to the chat. Gotta go with Superman. You gotta go with it. 6. In the Sun, like the trailer, Fantastic Four. Okay, that's 2 votes. Superman changed me. Superman is such a inspirational film, if I say so myself. Like how Fluttershy changed Firecracker. That's how I feel. Okay, but yeah, it was quite the landslide. Superman will be moving on. No surprise there. All right, The Bad Guys 2 versus Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. Let's see which movie. These are 2 very different movies, so I wonder which one will have more love. Demon Slayer, 1 vote. I remember that season, Doing Demise. Yeah, a season we don't look back on fondly. Bad Guys, oh my god, Bad Guys is dominating. What the flip? That's crazy. Bad Guys. This is how shocked I was with F1, but now it looks like it's Bad Guys' time. Well, did not expect that. It looks like The Bad Guys 2 will be moving on to round 3. Demon Slayer's out. Wowzers. That was a surprise. Now let's see. Next we got The Long Walk versus Chainsaw Man. I have a question. Saw a Dance for Dave from Total Drama Life? I saw bits of it. I don't think I finished it yet, but I probably will. It is that Bad Guys CDI fan. What? Chainsaw Man, Lawn Walk, Lawn Walk. Oh my god, what is going on here? Have any of you guys actually seen the Lawn Walk? Let's be honest. I mean, if you have, I'll be surprised. First, Neja 2, then Demon Slayer. What's next? Superman? I mean, probably not. Okay. Well, this is the biggest upset of the night. It looks like... You have? Okay. No, I just choose. Okay. Okay. Nope, but I'll have to watch it. You definitely got it. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. It looks like the Lawn Walk will be moving on. I vote for Neja too. I also vote for Neja too. But rest in peace, Chainsaw Man. Rest in peace. And the final match of round 2, Zootopia 2 versus Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Let's see which movie will move on here. Chainsaw Man is also not for a man, but I do want to watch JJK. I mean JKK. Zootopia, I guess. Is it JJK? Oh, I don't know. FNAF, Zootopia, FNAF, Zootopia, FNAF. Oh my god, it's a tie. Or is it? Yeah, it is. I meant me. Oh. Also, I vote Zootopia. Chainsaw Man is not for a man. Freddy never gonna win. I choose Zootopia. FNAF. I misspell sometimes. Yeah, that's fine. I misspell all the time. Welcome to the chat, Macaroni. Okay, I have to check these votes again. FNAF, Zootopia, Zootopia, FNAF, Zootopia, FNAF, Zootopia, FNAF, Zootopia. Okay, it looks like... Oh, FNAF. And it's a tie. It's a tie. Where's Jimmy when you need him? Anyway, I guess I have to break the tie here. Unless somebody else comes in and votes. But, yeah, I'm shocked. Okay, out of these two films, if I gotta be really honest, I never doubt a Stephen King adaptation. People makes masterpieces from his garbage. That is true. Have you seen The Life of Chuck? That was another movie that came out earlier this year that was based on a little story that Stephen King wrote. And that movie was life-changing, I'll say that. Anyway, Zootopia 2, in my honest opinion, is better than FNAF 2. FNAF 2 is a lot more fun, but objectively speaking, Zootopia 2 is the better film. And also, it's a really good sequel, which is very shocking coming from Disney. So, I guess Zootopia 2 will be moving on. And that is it from round 3. We had a lot of upsets, a lot of surprises. I mean, round 2. Also, Aaron Sanchez. Anyway, it looks I've already decided, so it's too late. Zootopia will be moving on, and y'all will be watching Freddy's cheek, I guess, while I get round 3 sorted out. And yeah. Did Bro get his family to vote? I don't know. I won the family. You will be in my heart. He did. Wait a minute. Hey, yo. Where is the live action Hunchback of Notre Dame? Actually, don't do that, Disney, because I know you're going to ruin it. Remember that live stream where you did a character elimination a few years ago? What's your opinion on Chicken Little? First question, if you're talking about that live EG I did, yes, I remember, and that got pretty chaotic, if I say so myself. As for Chicken Little, it's it's a movie. It's not a great movie, but it's pretty funny. That's what I would say. It's very dumb, but it's got a lot of funny moments. It's pretty much if Disney tried to do Shrek, except they failed. But you'll get a few good laughs. That's pretty much what Chicken Little is. Okie doke. Round 3 is ready. What's your opinion on Gulp Erasers? They give me the heebie jeebies. Also, do you watch SMG4? Not a lot, especially their recent stuff, but I watched a few of it. Anyways, we have round 3 ready. What's your opinion on melted ice cream? Sometimes it can be good, sometimes. First match, we got Wallace and Gromit versus Sinners. Let's see which one will be moving on. So far, Sinners has 1 vote. And yeah. Wallace and Gromit. Sinners, Wallace. Okie doke. It looks like now it gets hard, but I choose Wallace and Gromit, Sinners. Okie doke. Yeah. It looks like the majority has decided Wallace and Gromit will be moving on to the semifinals. Wowzers. Okie doke. And Sinners is out, but like I said, if you haven't seen Sinners, give it a watch. All right. Next match, Thunderbolts versus the live action How to Train Your Dragon. Now, this will be an interesting matchup, probably. For real, I thought Sinners would win. It made it further than I thought it would. I was expecting to lose to Minecraft. Thunderbolts. TDFN, what's your opinion on Twinks? I love them. Sinners, oh, it's too late. Dragon, Thunderbolt. Okay, I am happy. Thunderbolts sweep, and Thunderbolts will be moving on. Next match, Superman versus the Bad Guys 2. Let's see which movie will move on this time around. Superman. Bad Guys. Superman. Bad Guys. Yeah. Bad Guys. That's 4 for Superman. 4 for Bruh. 5 Superman. Too hard for this one. It's a pretty tough matchup, but one movie really was something else than the other. Even though, don't get me wrong, The Bad Guys 2 was a very fun movie, it does feel a lot like the original film, while Superman feels refreshing. And it looks like Superman will be moving on. So, Bad Guys 2, you had a good run. Did not expect you to make it this far, but hey. All right, final match of round 3. The Lawn Walk versus Zootopia 2. I will be very surprised if the latter moves on. Well, not the latter, but the other film. Zootopia. Fair, I could see it going either way. Tomato. Zootopia, Lawn Walk. Zootopia. Okay, it's a landslide. We get it. Zootopia will be moving on. And that's round 3. Now we're about to start round 4. Yes. Obviously. I'm kind of surprised Wallace and Gromit is still in, but I mean, this movie, like, don't get me wrong, it's a good movie, but the Curse of the Were-Rabbit is a better film, in my opinion. Did you know there was a horror movie about killer tomatoes in the 80s? I think I've actually heard of that film, but I haven't seen it. True. No! What do you mean, no? I thought it was in the 60s. Well, I guess one of you is right and one of you is wrong. Okay, we have our semifinals here. Let me press this. We have our semifinals here. I heard it goaded a sequels? Question mark. Yeah. First match of round 4, Wallace and Gromit versus Thunderbolts. Let's see which one will move on here. Thunderbolts, Thunderbolts, Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts. I meant sequel. Okay. Thunderbolts, Thunderbolts. Well, I'm Walls. I love clay. Who doesn't love clay? You know, you took that one. What was that one class? Ceramics. Yeah, it looks like it'll be Thunderbolts moving on, and that's another W in the chat. Walls and Gromit, you had a pretty nice run there, but it looks like your time is up. I vote for Twink Rebirth. Well, you know, if only that was the actual title, then the movie would have made $3 billion. All right, next match, Superman versus Zootopia 2. This could go either way. Let's see which movie will be moving on here. So far, Zootopia 1, Superman 1, Zootopia 3, Superman 2, 3, 4. Yes! Samantha, welcome to the stream. Zootopia 4. Somehow this round is easier. Kari told me he voted Superman. Well, if it's from Akari, can't say no to that. Well. It looks like we have a tie here. I think. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Never mind. Superman has 5, while Zootopia has 4. Okay, I was wrong. Going once, going twice. It looks like Superman will be moving on, and that's the end of Zootopia 2's run. Now it's my turn. No, just kidding. All right, now it's time to get the finale ready. The finals. 2 comic book films in the finale. Honestly, these 2 films are really good. Like, one of these films honestly changed my life. Well, both these films changed my life. But we'll see which one's gonna move on. You are the worst passed in the ed. What the heck does that mean? W finale. I agree. Superman versus Thunderbolts. These 2 movies are goated. So this is a very nice finale here. And now it's time to vote. Which movie is the best movie of 2025? You know? One is the master of Radiohead edits. Yeah! Thunderbolts 1, Superman 1, Thunderbolts 2, Superman 4, 5. Only because the writing wise both are peak. That's true. 6, Thunderbolts 3. Well. It's come down to this. 7. It looks like we've reached the end. With 7 votes, Superman. Let me make this a little bigger. Cause I'm a punk rocker. Yes, I am. Yes, sir. We are all punk rockers. Cause I'm a punk rocker. Yes, I am. Superman wins. I hate to eat. I had to eat. But you know the way you spelled it. Anyway, Superman is the winner. 23 months. 1 more month. W in the chat. Zootopia 2 already lost. W in the chat. I got the old time punk rock and roll. I heard of it on The Masked Singer. That's nice. But Superman dun wins. Dun 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 do 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 do. Yes, Superman won. Anyway, Yes, W winner. Because the movie is a W film. And yeah, that's the tournament. Good job, Superman. Also, I love this music. 10 out of 10. Yes. I'm making that my ringtone. Who wouldn't make that their ringtone, you know? Like that's music to your ears when you hear it every morning. All right. Um honestly, W winner. And yeah, this is a W stream. Um I will say I did one myself before all this. Might as well show you guys this is how I would have done it. Uh Between Wallace and Gromit, TFN wanna watch Twink Rebirth with me? Say less. Between these two, I would have had Better Man move on. Between these two, I would have chose Dogman. Between these two, Novocaine, so y'all made the right choice there. Between these two, Sinners, y'all made the right choice there. Between these two, Thunderbolts, right choice. Between these two, me personally, I would have went with Mission Impossible, but I would have been happy nonetheless. Between these two, How to Train Your Dragon, of course. Maybe you should do a part two. Well, there's a lot of other movies. Maybe I'll do one for 2026. Out of the movies that we know so far, which movies are we most hyped for? Between these two, honestly, yes, I think K-pop was a lot more fun. Between these two, obviously Superman. Between these two, Fantastic Four. Between these two, I would have also went with Bad Guys. Between these two, yes, I know I went with Demon Slayer, but Neja 2 is, it's peak. Between these two, it went Lawn Walk. Between these two, obviously Chainsaw Man. Between these two, went with Zootopia. Between these two, FNAF. And then between these two, I also went with Better Man. Once again, the F1 voters came and never came back. I know, they came and went. It's like they knew, they had a calling for when F1 went up, and then it was just a one and done. Between these two, Sinners, these two, Thunderbolts, these two, K-pop Demon Hunters, these two, Superman, these two, Demon Slayer, these two, Chainsaw Man, these two, Stopia, and then these two, Sinners again, these two, Thunderbolts again, these two. Honestly, my opinion might change, but for now, I went with Demon Slayer. These two, Chainsaw Man, of course. Uh, these two, Thunderbolts, I have a bias. I watched that movie 4 times. I'm serious. These two, Chainsaw Man, and overall, I would have said Chainsaw Man, but this one here is peak. So yes, I like food. I like cars. I never had that calling. Super Mario Galaxy. That's a good idea. I meant do. This is very fun. W. Is Reze mother? Is Reze mother? We need to know. We need to know. Reze is goaded. Reze is Reze. And let's talk about the score. The score was the score in that film was really good, especially during that one scene. If you know, you know. But yeah, 2025 had its ups and downs, but overall, movie wise, this year is pretty peak. I ain't gonna lie. Probably a better year than last year, movie wise, to be honest, even though we had great movies like Sonic 3. But this year, there's just so many good films. Superman, Thunderbolts, Sinners, Bad Guys 2, Zootopia 2, Chainsaw Man. It was a really good year. The next 2 years for movies will be more peak. Hopefully, fingers crossed. If most of those movies turn out well. Yeah. Also, let me just do this real quick. A little sneak peek of my 2025 movie ranking video. I might as well show y'all the thumbnail because why not? You're gonna see this video in like a few days. This is the thumbnail so far. It's goated. Amy Rose, the goat. Amy Rose is the goat. We'll walk in the theaters for Sonic 4. Yes, for any Amy merch. That would be W. I love it. So hot. I know. Like, look at all of these movies. Look at this. Thunderbolts 2. That would be the dream. Holy peak thumbnail. I know. It's even more. It has to be peaker because I forgot I watched this one movie yesterday. I got to add it on. Well, do you med? Do I med? I don't know. Get the movie Steve figure. I was this close to actually buying it this one time. I went to Target, uh, and they had it, and I was like, it was like a mini version of the movie Steve figure, and I was like, I might get it. Then I check the price. I'm like, never mind. But you know, if it's still there, the next time I go, anything is possible, right? Um, yeah, good times, great times even. I will say this. Oh wait. Oh yeah. I was gonna have like a little like award ceremony for what was the price, bro? Uh it was like $10, I think. It was somewhere around there. The next cast for Paper Ultraviolation out of the screen. There's not gonna be another out of the screen season. Most surprising movie, in my honest opinion, was the K-pop Demon Hunters movie. I wasn't expecting this movie to be as good as it is, um, especially for a Sony movie that drops on Netflix. Because there was really only one movie that they made for Netflix that was really good, and that was The Mitchells versus the Machines. And then this movie came out of nowhere. I mean, I guess I shouldn't have been that surprised because it had Spider Verse level animation, but you know, I was really, you left peak over $10. Hey, you should have seen the size of the toy. It was like those mini toys you can get for like $5. You know, maybe even less than that. I was like, you know, um, what's the word? Inflation is real. But yeah. And then favorite comic book film because I had to do it, you know. For me, it's Thunderbolts. I really loved this film. As you can see, I have a giant poster of it over there. You've probably seen it in a few videos. Will you watch the Goat movie for next year? Honestly, I will, but I'm not expecting a lot out of that film based on the trailers and everything. It's probably going to be a mediocre film, but at least the animation will be cool. Thunderbolts really took me by surprise. I wasn't expecting this film to also be as good as it was, especially when Will You Kiss Sentry for $20? Baby. I mean, not baby. Uh I'll kiss Sentry for free. Honestly. Anyway, it looks like the Spider-Verse style plus a bit of stop motion. Stop motion. Anyway, Thunderbolts was a really good movie. So good that I saw it 3 times in theaters, which is crazy. Talk to me. Hi, Samantha. What's going on? Um, I mean, you know, you can cut that out. Cut that out. Let's pretend that didn't happen. Or if you will. Anyway, where are we? Favorite animated movie. What did I put here? Oh yeah, Chainsaw Man, the movie, the Reze movie. Because if you've seen the Chainsaw Man movie, you know what I'm talking about. This movie is a cinematic experience, you know? You know, let's stay on topic. Um I wasn't expecting this movie to be, you know, just as good as the Demon Slayer film, but it surpassed this Demon Slayer film because the animation quality here is astounding. You know, anime can have movies, right? Right? It's amazing. It's great. Um, you have to see it to believe it. A favorite Oscar-worthy film? I think I'm gonna change this. I put Smashing Machine, but honestly, I think Sinners would probably fit this one more. So we can skip that. And anime is animation. It is. It is. Favorite horror film? I put Sinners here. Technically, it's not a horror film, but it has horror elements to it. So that's why it's there. And favorite biopic? I put Better Man. Like, I've already talked about this movie before. I meant that animation and anime are two different styles. Well, yeah, I guess. You know, it's still animation at the end of the day, but yeah, I don't know. Animation is cinema. Animation is absolute cinema. It's peak cinema when it can be. At times, it's not peak, but overall, you know, that's why I focus on the animation stuff more than the live action stuff most of the time. You're saying that a lot. Anyway, what else should I say? I don't know. It's about to be a whole hour. But yeah, stay tuned for this video to come out pretty soon. And by pretty soon, I mean December 31st. There's like one more movie. Actually, there's two movies, but there's one movie that I intend to check out willingly before this year ends. It's a little movie called Marty Supreme. You probably heard of it. Anyway, oh yeah, I was gonna ask this. What's your guys' favorite movie of 2025 if you had to choose one that you've seen? I focus on characters than story and animation, bro. I don't care if your animation is the best thing ever. If your characters are mid, you're thin mid. That is true. That is true. Looking at you, Pixar and Disney, honestly, because a lot of your recent stuff hasn't been the best. Even though the quality is there, but the characters and like the story, like what were you thinking with Lightyear and Wish, and then you come out with Zootopia 2, which is actually a good movie, but it's like, make up your mind. It's kind of like people say DreamWorks is a mixed bag because when they want to make a good movie, they can make a good movie, and when they want to make garbage, they can make garbage, you know like the Wild Robot. We all knew that movie was going to be amazing from the start, and we weren't wrong with that. And then, I'm trying to think of a recent film that looked bad and is bad from DreamWorks. I don't know. I guess Spirit Untamed, Boss Baby 2, We all knew those were not going to be hit, and we were right. Wish 2023 so iconic. Magnifico can steal my wish any day. I don't know. I don't think Pixar has bad movies, but Disney has too. I mean, Cars 2 was there. Even though I think it's fun, objectively, that movie's bad. And then Lightyear was just such a disappointment. So, Thunderbolts and Bad Guys, those are two very valid choices for best movie of 2025. Did any of you guys even remember? Uh, Wait, what was I going to say? Um, did any of you guys even know that Ice Cube was in a movie called War of the Worlds that came out this year on streaming and is the worst movie of the year? I forgot Lightyear was even a thing. Honestly, like, it kind of just came and went. I remember I was like super excited for that film when I found out they were making it. And then I saw it and I was like, brother, ew, it's you? It's you. Exactly. Exactly. Yep. And I heard it's the worst movie of the year. It really is. It really is. Like, there's like no other movie on this list. Even freaking SpongeBob and even that Tron movie they made has way more quality than freaking War of the Worlds. I mean, most of the movie, you're just seeing Ice Cube sitting down, and you can definitely tell by the background's green screen and everything. Do you like Mike BFDI? I have no idea. If that's a person, I have no idea who that person is. Watch 2005 War of the Worlds. It's so much better. That's the one with Tom Cruise. I've seen that one once, I believe. And yeah, that one is way better, obviously. 100%. Yeah. What else? What else? DC after the freaking disappointment that was The Flash and Black Adam, DC had to have a whole reboot so they can get good again with Superman. And honestly, thank God. Remember at first we were all like, why are you rebooting? And now we know why. We had to let them cook. We had to let James Gunn cook. And now it looks like it's in good hands. At least Tom Cruise wasn't sitting on his out for 2 hours. Exactly. Out of all your seasons, what is your most and least favorite? Do you like BFDI? Let me start with Macaroni's question first. If you're talking about TPI, I think my favorite season still has to be Heroes versus Villains, because that was the season where I had the most fun making, and I can just look back on that season and just, it was a great time. And least favorite season has got to be Battle of the Memes. I don't even know what I was thinking with that idea and everything. It was just such a doo-doo season. And now Samantha's question. Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I haven't been watching it a lot. I've been hearing a lot about Teapot and everything, but I haven't been keeping up. Uh, I don't know. What about your second least favorite TPI season? It's probably Duo Demise, honestly, because that's another season where I was like, why? It had a. Actually, I wouldn't even say it's a decent concept because it's pretty much just Redonkulous Race, except instead of two people going home, it's one person. I don't know. Hottest TPI contestant, hint Stefano. I mean, Stefano is he's up there. He's up there, 1,000%. But if we're talking about the hottest TPI contestant, Stefano doesn't count. Fortunately, he hasn't competed. He needs to compete. We gotta have him debut in VVM3, and then he'll win automatically. But as for a contestant, um, I gotta think. I don't know. Mr. Ichiya? No, not him. Not him. Well, there's gonna be a contestant that competes in 2 seasons, in the upcoming 2 seasons. He's competed in 0.5, season 0.5. You know what? You're right. Um, Ian Hawk. He's gonna be a future contestant, and I think we already know what's gonna happen. He's my answer. For me, I love that idea for doing demise. Noise. What's no hated contestant? If you are referring to most hated contestant, well, my most hated contestant is this one character that I'm not gonna even name, but if you know me, then you know who I'm talking about. I will say it's a contestant that competed in the meme season. Someone who got out pretty early. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. So you gotta do your research. Um, yeah, good times. No, it's the best contestant. No, it's not. Liar. I need to check back to see who. Yes, sir. What's no hate at all times? I don't know what no hate is. I mean, I know what it means, but I don't know what you're meaning. It should be a candelava. If you are referring to Candelabra, then she's definitely up there when it comes to most hated contestants. Okay, least fave, but you can't do any joke character or season 10 character. Okay, fine. In that case, uh huh. I mean, I would say Karen, but Karen, does she count as like a joke character? Probably. What is miss? Well, you missed a lot. I mean, we finished the entire um tournament. Superman won. W. Anyway, back to your question. Uh I don't know if Karen counts. It counts. Okay. Um. Huh. I'm trying to think. Was there a contestant that I really hated? There probably was at one point. I just can't remember. Um. I'm trying to think. Uh. I don't know. It's tough. I have to like legit look at all these seasons. BRB. Let me go to the freaking Google Slides because I need a refresher. Has to be like a contestant that actually has a proper role as a contestant. Okie dokie. Let me go to my TPI seasons. Or maybe I can check like the first boots and everything. Well, none of the first boots I actually like hate except for like Sugar. But Sugar doesn't. I'm not gonna say Sugar because I only hate Sugar as a character, but not as a TPI contestant. If that makes sense. And that would just be an easy answer. Let me look at this cast here. Let's take a trip down memory lane with all these seasons. Um, I don't know if it's anyone here. Loading. First boots shouldn't count as they don't have much. That's true. That's true. They should not count. I don't think any Robloxians I like hate. You know, at some point there were a few that I did, but ones I hate them now. Um, it's probably not going to be anyone from any of the earlier seasons, honestly, because I can't even think of a reason to hate anyone here. Well, maybe it's someone in this season. Maybe. No, because anyone I would list out would just be like joke characters. Let's see here. I mean, but that would also count as a joke character. So, no. This is tough. Hmm. Charles. Just kidding. Not Charles. Charles is the goat. Hmm. Cameraman. No, just kidding. I'll cry if you actually say Charles. No, it's not Charles. Charles is he's one of the best. I mean, Greg. He actually counts as a joke character, even though he had a lot to do in this season. But I'm not gonna say Greg because he was actually funny. Honestly, I don't even know if I really had to pick one. There's no one that really comes to mind, other than joke characters, of course. But if I can't say a joke character, there really isn't anyone that I can say that I truly hate or is my least favorite. Alejandro, he is not a least favorite character. He is a most favorite character. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I can't really think of anyone, honestly. I know. I'm at a loss for words. But a lot of these characters are mid, I will say that. Anyways, I probably missed a lot of text, you know. Do you like Enamor and Shandy? I don't even know who they are. Kokichi, no. Hank, don't load gender battle. What do you mean don't load gender battle? It's okay, you can say Akane. We're in a safe space. Akane, not even from Battle of the Memes. I can't even say anyone from Battle of the Memes. You're right, Akane. Akane is clearly my most hated character. At some point, I would actually say yes. Probably during this season. No, probably during this season, I would say, for obvious reasons. Um, but yeah, at a point, I would probably agree with you. Uh, that Akane, I just truly did not like her. You know. To be honest, if I really had to go with one character, you brought up a really good point. I probably would say Akane. You know, I don't know. Everyone understands me. PDA. Wait, you gotta actually explain for All Stars too. It really was a behind the scenes thing. It really was like the start of me saying, "Yo, I get that y'all appreciate and really want these characters to shine, but let me handle the story process for the characters." I'm pretty sure that was during All Stars too, because I'm not gonna name anyone, but you know, They really wanted a certain plot to actually appear, and that was where it actually made me sick of a character at some point, and that character being Akane. So that is what I will say about that. But I don't hate her as much as I do now, I would say. And as you can see from VVN3, things have changed. Members know. But I will say at a certain point, yeah, I was pretty sick of the character. But what about this season? Least favorite newcomer is probably Bouet and Bowsette for obvious reasons. Least favorite veteran, um, I don't even. Oh, Candelabra, obviously. What's the next season? I'll show you. I'm pretty sure I've shown the cast at a certain direct. And besides, there will most likely be a challenge where the remaining contestants at that point will have to search for these people. TDA fan for VVN3, can Stefano and Hotchan take over the show? And only Movie Steve comes back and saves the day, and he only gets plot, only dialogue, and everyone else gets out. Great idea, my friend. For me, Mark or Cece. I love that challenge. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? You know. Where am I? Here we go. Puko Marmo. But yeah. If it all loads, it will load. Are you gonna do first boots versus second boots? Honestly, no. If you want to see how that season would have went, I made a whole video of where I kind of did a little quick overview of how the season would have went had it existed. And I'll probably do that with other TPI season themes or like ideas. We all know Bowsette should have won VVN3. Clearly, you're mistaken. Anyway, here's the cast. For now, I did say in a few days, this cast will be set in stone. So for now, this is the cast, and it looks like it's a pretty W cast for the most part. No, Blinky Bear should have. You're right. Blinky Bear got out too soon. Question: why hasn't there been a 2024 movie tournament? I guess I forgot. Maybe that'll be the next one I'll do if I decide to do it. I like Bowsette, but did not like Bouet. Still a great cast, not class. I don't know what I was saying. Yeah, we got a lot of heavy hitters this season, and not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to it, especially with the theme that I have for this season. I will say it's gonna feel different, than your usual TPI season. So stick around and stay tuned for that. Whoa, who is that cutie on the left in between Sokka and Priya? I wonder. Like as a character, I Mike the cast. I Mike the cast too. I got good vibes from this cast. You know, it's a pretty solid prediction. Mario or Priya out first. It's a pretty nice prediction. We all know Camilio should win. I agree. Camilio Martinez for the win. Yeah, it's a very W cast we got right here. A nice cast faux show. And they even have some renders ready as well. Scott Pilgrim. Yes. Scotty boy is here with his girlfriend. Yeah, this is gonna be a very fun season. Back to VVN3. Since you said your least, say your fave veteran and newcomer. I should do that. Can't I walk with you? I mean, we're not really at the same place, so we can't really do that. Render sneak peek? Yes, maybe. Anyway, favorite veteran. I will say, look, what episode is out currently for everyone is episode 17, right? That was the last episode that was released or premiered. At that point, I will say For veterans, right now I'm having a lot of fun with Ito, I will say. And even beyond episode 17 for the members, I think you can see why. And as for newcomers, I mean, I got my personal favorites, but honestly, huh, I really like the duo of Sam and Lee. That's a really goated duo. We love those TPI friendships and all that stuff. Um, I really like what I'm doing with that, and I don't know who else. I mean, when Steve was around, Steve was a fun character, and yeah, that's pretty much it. It's mostly the veterans that I'm having more fun with, but that's no surprise there. Wow, Ito actually winning TI fans heart. Yes. Here is a hard question. Who is your favorite Battle of the Memes character that was not in the top 10? I legit forgot like the elimination order and everything. Maybe Bill and Ted, Is it like Blood versus Water season 7 Australia where they come in and their friends are facing against them? Maybe. Maybe. Anyway, I might as well show you guys the renders because that's how generous I am for this special occasion, you know? And because I have nothing else to do. Let's get to it. But yeah, how are you guys liking season 45 of TPI so far? Even members who can say their thoughts without giving much away for the episodes that aren't out publicly yet. Do you like TDI Luffy from that season? If you're talking about TDI Foofy, I don't know. Maybe peak season. Yes, right now what we're seeing. Like all the seasons, it's great. I love it! Without Akane, of course. Yeah, I have to agree with you wholeheartedly there. Peak right now. It is peak. Oh yeah. Love it. Okay, here are some renders I was able to cook up. Well, a few of these were sent by others, so thank you, of course. Love it. Nice. So here we have Kaminari, Jiro, Movie Mario, and Movie Luigi. W duos. We have Meta Knight, Deadpool, and Wolverine. W characters right here. Lee and Sam carry newcomers team, honestly. King Dedede and what's his name? Makoto Yuki. I probably said that wrong. But if I'm right or if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. Denki and Jiro are underrated. They really are an underrated duo. And then we have what's his name? Junpei and Shuna and Rimuru and Saka. Yes. Awesome. And then we have Scott, Ramona, Katara, and Priya. More awesome characters. And then we have Caleb, Wayne, Raj, and Sprig. And then we have Priya, Mithra, and Anne. Oh yeah. And so these renders for Holger and Camilio, I kind of had to use a lot of pictures to make them look like this. Like you can especially tell with Holger because his hair is like cut right there. I'm gonna like cut that part to make it look like it's connected. But I did my best with these two to have their renders look like this, and this is what I did. So yeah. And then we have these two. I think one of them is Rizmuth. I forgot the other character's name though. Holger's hair. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't look the best, but that's what we got. And then we have these three characters. I know his name's Yamato. That's all I know for now. I'm gonna have to do my research. And I believe these are the last three so far. There are two characters that are yet to be here. That's because the person who requested those characters is currently cooking up their renders. So we'll see what's up with that. But yeah, here's the cast so far. It's the W cast, W renders, and everything. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this season. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. Um, okay, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I did reveal seasons 47, 8, and 9, right? Of TPI. If not, then I won't show it. But I'm pretty sure I did in that final direct. Question: why do you change some of the character images on or this season what they look like in the thumbnail? Because then I mostly don't want to use the same renders, especially for each season. Unless if they only have one render, then I have no choice. Or if they only have one render that looks good. But yeah, Denki and Jiro are 100% the best duo in the season. They sure are up there. They sure are up there. But like, can you compare them to the goats known as Holger and Camilio? You know? Okay, it looks like I did. So let's see how excited we are for these upcoming seasons. Okay, because I have been wondering that for years. I know. Anyways, here we have Redemption Rally 2's cast at the moment. It's not officially confirmed yet, but for now, this is the cast that we have. We got a lot of heavy hitters and a lot of new faces. Some characters here weren't here during the direct. So, as you can see, since then, there has been quite a few changes. Any mole BFDI cell slash in cartoons of Soul? Guzma so peaked TIFN didn't confirm him. Oh, I forgot to. My bad. I see some changes like Jax, David, and Yelena. Yeah. Power, Aki, Yuta, Kakashi. Yes. 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 This is gonna be a W season as well with a W roster. Indeed. Indeed. You're right, Lightning. It's so goaded. Like, look at this cast. Do you like Payo456? If you're talking about Puyo Gamer, that's a name I haven't heard in such a long time. Are there any of changes? Yes, like I said before, there have been quite a few changes. Like, who got replaced? A lot of characters did. Routines, Jax, Leon, Kaito, Power, Zoroark. Zoroark, that's gonna be a hard name to say. um, yeah, this is gonna be a W season. Is that the bodyguard? A tear dripped down my thigh. Wow. Hey, don't forget we have Fazbear too. Or anyway, yeah, this cast is so goated. Like it's gonna be really tough to see who will be making it far and who won't. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, it's so tough for me to plan the elimination order for VVN3. Like, if y'all are thinking, are these eliminations easy? Like coming up with the eliminations and everything? Some, yes. Others, not so much. Especially if you have a lot of plans for certain characters and you're like, oh, how am I going to play this out, you know? And that's me with every current season, to be honest. Lord save us all. I'm crying. Why are you saying my messages so expressively? I gotta make this fun. It's Friday night. Well, at least where I'm at. And I believe it's Friday night for most of you guys too. Unless if it's already Saturday morning for you. I don't know. We'll see what's up. But yes. Yes, sir. I need Yaimiko and Yuta to be the top two. I probably pronounced the first character's name wrong, but hey, it happens. This is a really W cast, honestly. It's gonna be so awesome to get to this moment. But before we get to this moment, we have to get to PUE VRR. Yes, PUE Redemption Rally. I might as well say this. This is gonna be the plan for TPI and Paper Ultra Elimination, at least for 2026 and beyond. So, right now we have the current TPI season, that is Veterans versus Newcomers 3. After that season, we're going to go straight to season 46, which is why I'm already getting the renders ready, TPI Blood versus Water. After that season, we're going to take a little break and do, well, at least publicly, a little break, and I'll try to film PUE Season 8 and Season 47 of TPI simultaneously for members. So yeah, season 8 of Paper Ultra Elimination will take place after season 46 of TPI. And like I said, I'll try to do that and Redemption Rally 2 of TPI for the members at least. And then once season 8 ends, then Redemption Rally 2 and season 48, which is Champion Survival Clash 2. And as you can see, we have this current cast at the moment, which looks amazing, if I say so myself, for the most part. But yes, this season will take place after season 47. And then after these 2 seasons, we'll do season 9 of Paper Ultra Elimination. And then after that, season 49 of TPI. And then after that, season 10 of PUE, which is the final season. And then after that, the final season TPI. So that's the current plan. We'll see what's up. But yes, is that Jupiter? No. It's the one, the only. Don't be mad at me. I forgot the character's name. But I will say they're in the top right corner. Bingo. Gojo, Johan, my boy Shrek. I look so good. Nice. Yeah, this cast for the most part looks amazing. We got a lot of pro veterans here. So this season is going to be tough. Tougher than the previous few seasons. Yeah, it's going to be a bloodbath. Probably. This is probably going to be a lot harder. Percival, there you go. I couldn't think of that name. It's Percival. It's not Jupiter. It's Percival. Yes, that's the character. And then Johan's here as well. So we got Johan and Ayano Koji in the same season. This is gonna get ugly. I'll tell you that. Oh, and Lelouch. Oh my god. If only we had Light Yagami here or L, things cannot get any tougher. Shrek, you're cooked. Still not a big fan of him. Yikes. But yes, this is the cast, and I can see a lot of awesome interactions. Derek solos all 3 of them. You're right. I can't believe I forgot about Derek Ross. Shrek's got it. Shrek will do his best, you know? He's like, I'm just here for the party. But yes, this is a pretty nice cast so far. We still have a lot of open spots, but we still have 3 seasons to go before we get to this season, so anything is possible. Still think Johan is with the Mask Corporation. Same with Kokichi. I guess we'll never know, or maybe we'll find out. But yeah, the last season to talk about today is season 49, which is Runner-Up Royale. And this is not the current cast. This is the current cast for that season. I think TDI fan is from it. Probably. Yes. We have all the runner-ups here. It's very exciting. A lot of familiar faces. Some we haven't seen in a long time. Like Yoshi, who's only competed in, I believe, this season and the first Champion Survival Clash season. So that's crazy. So I think, there's been a few characters here who've probably only competed in 1 season, and that's it. Like Shadow, of course, but he's recent. Wolf, Shanks, question mark, and Gwen. Why does it look like Dave's touching Gateway chest? What? Oh shit, you're right. I'm gonna have to change that. Now this season will be a treat. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. all our goats, but Johan's still there. Not ready for back to back for him. Well, let's just say increasing Johan's chances is gonna make everyone else's chances not so fun. Bro, so many furries. Yes. Oh yes. Um yeah, this is a really stacked cast. It's gonna be very tough to see how this season will turn out. Um and while we're on the topic, I should show you guys how many seasons every contestant has been in up to VVN3. Because why not? That's even more fun, right? I'm pretty sure it's up to date to VVN3. So I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. This is a goat stream. Yes, I gotta make this fun because I haven't done a stream since like last year. It's just pretty sad. I'm happy to see people like Blue Toad, Chris, Enderman, and Spinel. Yes, sir. How many seasons were each TPI contestant in? Um, don't ask why he's there. But yeah, so let's start with one was first boots versus second boots. Then Kokichi wouldn't be here, Billy wouldn't be here, Bulby wouldn't be here. Who else? And actually no, Murray wasn't in the cast. That's probably it from everyone who's here. But a lot of faces that we haven't seen in a long time. Is Donkey coming back? Who knows? Maybe. Ooh, it's all the meme characters that we do not like to see. Because it's not fun. But there's a few goodies like Postman Pat and what's his name? Sota? Breen, Phineas, and Furback. I really should. I'm honestly surprised they've only been in one season, and that's World Tour. But hey, at least they can say they've been in one season that's really great, and that they've never been in a season that you can say is bad, right? Unless if you hate World Tour, then I don't even know who you are. Anyway, yeah. So here's a lot of other veterans. And I see the best character on top of the right corner, right beside Timothy. Clearly, you're mistaken. I do, but think, Luigi. Think, Luigi? Think? Left? No. I like the stick man, and I watch one of the old ladies' movies. That's next to TDI Fufi. Left? Sorry, it's too late. Anyway, I'm honestly surprised a lot of these characters have only been in one season, like Sephiroth, most likely, because mostly, because he was built up as a big villain, and then to only compete in one season. That's pretty sad. Get rid of a duo in Blood versus Water to bring Phineas and Ferb, please. Okay, let me ask this question. Were Anne and Sprig requested, or did I add them? I'm gonna put that on Discord. And if they're both my picks, then maybe I'll replace them. But if they were requested, then let's ask the person who requested them. It's Charlie. Hi guys. I'm Charlie. Karen's here, obviously. Another character, Phoenix Wright, Captain America, Ryu. A lot of these characters who you'd expect would compete in more than one season. Even Ken got to be in more than one season. Not Ryu, who's the face of Street Fighter? Question mark. Monokuma's here too. Had the happy birthday cake. Y'all remember this? Everyone's favorite. A lot of other characters. A lot. Gwen has only been in one season, surprisingly. Ivankov, the goat. Red M&M, etc. Kaneki. Remember the PoE season idea I had with the season 15 rejects? That would have been pretty cool. If there were more than 99% of these people should come back. A lot. You're right, Choker. Oh my god, you're telling me Levi's only been in one season? What the heck am I doing? The happy birthday cake looks like lightning. What? Where was I? Here we go. Wow, a lot of Donkey Kong has only been in one season. How? Sora has only been in one season. Dr. Robotnik, Jesse and James, Heather, Ganondorf, Daphne, Velma. Jiro won't be here for long once season 46 starts rolling. Captain Falcon, Garfield, Mitsuri. Then again, maybe I've gotten a few of these characters wrong, but I am not quite sure. Marcy, Candace, Pearl, Homer, Gummy Bear, Garnet should come back. Garnet has only been in one season? How old am I? How old do you think I am? That is the question. Sonic, well, it's one of the Sonics. It's not, at least it's not the main Sonic. Arnold's only been in one season. Aina Koji, not for long. Like 22. Good guess. Okay. Dr. Doof, Star Butterfly, Sandy Cheeks, Ash Ketchum, Scatoony. I mean, what's his name? Chud Chudders, the host of Pee-wee. Yeah, you're right. I'm 20. Anyway, Gaiman, Sheen, rest in peace, Jeff Garcia, Mau Mau, a lot of these characters. Ralph, Wreck-It Ralph, honestly, 16. I'm flattered. Anyway, Little Mac, Trunks, not for long. Josuke, Superman, Beast Boy, a lot of these characters. It's honestly sad. They're not going to see a lot of these a lot again. Maybe I'll do a whole special where I just have every single contestant who's ever competed except for one. Except for one. If you know who I'm talking about, you know who it is. That has ever competed be in one special. Rengoku was robbed. I mean, he got to the top 6 in that season. I just rewatched that season too. I'm pretty sure he got 6th place. Still, it was either 6th or 5th. Still, he was robbed. You're right. But of course, the final 3. Bring that one. No, I had that idea like a year ago. Oh, for real, there should have been a reason with the reboots. What? I mean, one-timers. Oh yeah, there's a lot of one-timers. A lot. And yeah. I forgot this guy's name. How? I should know his name because Akira is a W movie. But is it Canada? Canada, right? Canada? Yeah, I think so. Carl Weezer, Robin, Gojo, Skips, Seuss, Richard, cameraman. Come on, y'all. We need the cameraman back. We do. Hashtag bring back cameraman. Canada, yeah, nice. What else? Ooh, total drama characters. Lashana, Michael Scott, Z, Luffy Imposter, hashtag bring back cameraman. Let's do it. How old is Pencil? How should I know? And these guys are recent. Gojo and Percival are coming back. Yes, so they will not be in this category much longer. And a lot of more recent characters. Lightning McQueen, Fiona, Father, Odin, Queen of Execution, John Marston, King Magnifico, Armin, Star-Lord, Hulk, he should be in PoE. Shanks as well, that's right. And a lot of video game / anime characters. Like Perospero, Leek, Leorio, Yusuke. Yusuke needs to come back, honestly. Lelouch and Johan will soon not be here. And more video game characters. Perospero, the GOAT. Is he, though? Shadow, Knuckles, Wave, freaking Hanamichi. The Alpha and Omega themselves, of course. No Face, Master Chief, the Flying Gorilla. That's one Joe character that you cannot hate. Wish Johan stayed as one timer. What? Johan coming back for 2 more seasons. Johan the GOAT. Shiro. A lot of characters. And yeah, look, you see, I brought the newcomers. The newcomers. Yay! W's. Tien, Zuko, Harley Quinn, Yor, Benson. A lot of W characters that are only going to compete in one season. unless if one of these guys win. But yeah. And those are all the one-timers. OMG, Camila was robbed. Queen, especially after playing Fire Emblem Fates. Yes. Now we have all the two-timers. We got a lot of two-timers in the chat. I'm not going to even go through all of them. I'm just going to give you guys a good look. And all of them should come back, but maybe not. Maybe not. You see Ken, Terry Bogard, B, who he's a finalist. He's only been in 2 seasons. What the Steven Universe? He needs to come back, bro. Dexter, Puss in Boots, Joni, freaking Dino, Pac-Man, bro. A lot of two-timers, which is pretty sus. Close the door, close the door. A lot of more two-timers, of course. On W, I mean, what am I saying? A lot of W, mostly characters. Ike, put these guys in PoE in a season idea called TPI versus, that'd be cool. Not gonna lie, but I'm only doing 10 seasons. Maybe I'll do a special. Hiei, my goat. The man who's only been in 2 seasons, but he's about to be in 3. KO, Greg Goblin, Kite Man, a lot of first boots. Kaminari's here. He will soon be in 3 seasons. I like the man. Wow. Anyway, Edward Elric's only been in 2 seasons. Katakuri, Eustace Kid, my goat. Cell, Killua, Number 1, Cream Courage, Peridot, Aang, Sprig. Soon he'll be in 3 unless he's replaced. Goombit, Solos, Bowser, and Boet. Yes, I agree. Toph, Shulk, Tails, Killer Bean, Inosuke. How did Kaiman come back if he was a Mask Corporation member? Well, a lot of members come back for an odd reason. Like, remember when Enderman and Galarian Slowking were a part of the Mask Corporation at one point, and then they both returned? So, you know, anything's possible. Mr. Incredible, what's his name? Morshu. Yeah. A lot of other characters. Nikocado Avocado. Caesar, Big Head. So many characters, guys. Alejandro, who is not better than Remy. Let's get that fact straight. Yo, Mr. Wolf. We should probably get that guy out of here. Anyway, Buzz, Woody, Miles, Conker, Beppo. I caused Pablo to come back. I look hot. Don't remember that. Mina Ashido, my goat. Mina Ashido, goat. Naruto, Darwin. The Noid, who shockingly made the final 5 that season. And I think these are the last players that have been in 2 seasons. Kaido, Bill Cipher, Zach, Hachiman. I should know your name because you were a recent veteran who competed in the season. How come I can't think of it? Giunie, I'm so stupid. Momoya Yorozu, Tigers, Azula, Corona, Rocket, Piccolo, Aaron, Hawks. See, a lot of contestants. Rouge, a recent contestant who has been in 2 seasons because of VVN3. Invincible, Blinky Bear. No alarms and no surprises. Anyway, Soma and Momo were robbed in Heroes vs. Villains 2. Yeah, especially Soma. She did not deserve to be the first boot. Where's the bear? There he is. Yeah. He wasn't a bear in his first appearance. He was actually just this, and he had a high-pitched voice, if you remember, from Brains versus Brawn versus Beauty. And those are all the veterans who've been in 2 seasons. Now for the ones who've been in 3. A lot. Got Stella. Somehow, Byleth has competed in 3 seasons. Make that make sense. Jeff, Makoto, Law, Lucy, Finn, Polnareff, Eugene. Remember Eugene, guys? Somehow he's been in 3 seasons and has came back at Silver Lawn. Kit, Poe, Vegeta, Smoke, Dazai, a Razor, Akario C, Dawn, Panty, Yuji, because he's goated. Brock, Spike, so many contestants here. How has Adorabat been in 3 seasons? Jimmy Neutron. Awesome. Wait, what was Daisy's first season? Daisy's first season was season 2. And then she came back in Video Game Mayhem. And then she came back in Heroes vs. Villains 2. So that's why she's here. I recommend her in Naruto. Surprised Vegeto's in 3 seasons. I thought he was in more. Honestly, yeah, he's only been in Veterans versus Newcomers, Veterans versus Newcomers 2, and Redonkulous Race 2. I believe those are the only seasons he's been in, and that's why he's here. Now, Dimitri, look at that. Karma and Nagisa have both been in 3 seasons. Cloud, he needs to make a comeback. Razor got done so dirty in his last season. He shouldn't go home and kiss Jupiter. Oh, he should go home and kiss Jupiter instead. You're right. We need a special episode right now. Anyway, a lot. I think these are the only ones that have been in 3 seasons. No, I'm wrong. We have more. Frankie, Buggy, Jimbei, my goat. Tanjiro, Bon Clay, my goat. Mordecai the simp. That guy. Light Yagami, Shaggy, Saitama, Iron Man, Owen, who's looking at us for some reason, Mats, and what's this guy's name? Jalal. Nope, that's not Jalal. What's his name? I can't. Zareth, who hasn't came back in so long. Roy, Cyborg, Tokoyami, Galarian Slowking, Greninja, and Yoshi. Wait, Yoshi's been in another season. What other season? I'm lost. Greninja's here. What other season's Greninja been in? What special episode? Yes. What was the 3rd season? Because I know Yoshi was in Revenge of the Island and Champion Tribal Clash. What other season? I'm lost. Crash Bandicoot. Bring back Tokoyami. I really do. Incineroar. Carcat. Ness. The goat. He hasn't come back in so long. A lot of goats here. And then the guy who lost his parents. Galarian Slowking. Yeah, honestly. that is the reasonable reaction to those both those characters being named after one another, I guess. A lot of W characters here and a lot of so-so characters. What other season has Greninja been in? Oh, wait. Heroes versus Villains. That was the other season. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, you changed me, Firecracker. Hey, let's be honest. At least this character has one of the most iconic lines in TPI history. I'll give it that. But that's it. All right, now for the veterans who have been in 4 seasons. Banjo and Kazooie, Jaden, Jatinsley, that guy, Scorpion, Milk, yes, Milk, Todoroki, Akane. Arle Naja has somehow competed in 4 seasons. Wario, Asta, Bubble Bass, Ito, Min, Jupiter, Knights, Robin, Bakugo, Enderman, King K. Rool. My goat needs to return. Oh wait, he was just in the last season. Waluigi, Chris, I was about to say Pauline, Peach, Toriko. A lot of W characters here, guys. Like wow, look at this. A lot of TPI legends are on this page, guys. Rip to Robin and Usopp's actors. Oh, yeah. I just realized that there are 2 winners called Tony. Tony the Tiger, Tony Chopper. You forgot one more. Tony Stark. There are 3 winners named Tony. Todoroki was robbed in VVN 3. Honestly, if only he had more plot. All the goats. Honestly, a lot of goats here, guys. This is a W page. A lot of goats and a lot of so-so characters. But, it is what it is. Ridley! The Tony Trio. Yes. All right. Is that all the 4s? Yes. Now we have the big ones, guys. The contestants who have been in 5 seasons up to VVN 3. This is totally bonkers. Shantae, Senku, Noah, Mega Man, Brooke, All Might, Ace, Fuko, Joker, Nami, Coraline, Shrek, DJ, that guy. Who else? Natsu, Goku, Callista. Or it's probably another name. I don't know. Tony Chopper, Mineta, and Adeline. Wow. Like, how the heck has this guy been in 5 seasons? Anyway, wow. Look at that. Look at that. We have how many winners here? Ace, Shantae, Mega Man, Shrek, Goku, Chopper. That's 6. I think that's it. 6 winners. Wowzers. Wish Not To came back. Mineta is an underdog for being in 5 seasons. What seasons? Let's see. The first season was veterans versus newcomers. The second season was all stars. The third season was Redonkulous Race for some odd reason. The fourth season was Champion Survival Clash. And I believe the fifth and final season was what's that one season? Double the Duty. Yeah, there you go. Natsu is a half winner. You're right. He is a half winner because he technically would have won first boots for the second boots. You're right. So yeah. Wow, we got a lot of goats here, guys. A lot of goats. Mineta was first boot in his first season. I know. But he had such the comeback, okay? He went from first boot in his first season to getting third place in his second season, which is also an all-star season. Like, what? I'm trying to think. Has there been a contestant who got first boot and then became a finalist? Well, Mineta. But other than Mineta, has there been anyone else? I can't recall. But I guess technically Mega Man had a downgrade. He went from being the winner to being the first boot in the season after he competed. So, yikes. But yeah, a lot of veterans from 5 or that have competed in 5 seasons. Now for the Sixers, we got Rainbow Darcy, Cuphead, Luigi, Deku, Akari, Fluttershy, Sonic, Koopa, Purple, Rita, and Draco. Wow, that's crazy. The only oddball here is freaking Fluttershy, but everyone else, I'm not that surprised, especially these Roblox. Well, I guess I'm a little surprised with Koopa and Draco, but Rita, Purple, and Darcy, they are TPI legends, TPI classics, and Akari is a 2-time champion. It makes no sense why he's here. Sonic is an icon. He is. Honestly, Sonic gets done dirty every time, especially All Stars 2. He was so done dirty in that season. Fluttershy is the only fraud here. Exactly. And Cuphead, he's pretty solid, but he was an OG. Okay, he's been here since day one. And then Luigi became an icon the more we saw him. And then, of course, there's Izuku Midoriya. So yeah, six timers, guys. Crazy. I haven't seen Usopp. I think I passed him. I'm pretty sure I did. Anyway, let's see the Seveners. Here are the contestants. Fluttershy, I guess Fluttershy is an OG too. Here are the contestants who've been in 7 seasons. Zoro, Mario, Sanji, this guy, Luffy. I was about to say Luigi. Luffy, Hero, Ice Doge, Narwhal, and Koro Sensei. W veterans. How many winners? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 winners. Wow. Koro was robbed, but not the others. Most of them just being One Piece guys. Hey, you gotta have the monster trio, you know? Yeah, Mario being here is not surprising. Koro Sensei being here is not surprising. A lot of W vets and all that jazz. And then only one has been in 8 seasons and hasn't gone a single win. Gotta love it. And then 3 have been in 9 seasons. PGB, Oshawott, and Trico. Fun fact, Koro Sensei was the first anime character in TPI. Yes, he was. That's why he is the GOAT. If only. And 2 of these are winners. Actually, all 3 of them are. I forgot. Trico won season 1. All 3 of these Robloxers are winners. At least they're all winners, okay? It would have been embarrassing if one of them hasn't won a season and they've competed in that many seasons. And then 10, nobody. And of course, the contestant who has been in the most seasons so far with a whopping 11 is the GOAT himself, Jesse HOH. No surprise there, obviously. 11 seasons is wild. But hey, I appreciate the commitment. I see the commitment there. And that's it for that, you know. That's crazy. And that's it. Yeah, that's it. Actually, I think 14 is going to be the highest ever for any contestant, probably. We'll see what happens. 11 seasons and only 1 win, by the way. That is true. That is true. But hey, He's iconic. He made it to the finale 3 times in a row. What other contestant is able to do that, huh? But yeah, we've got the goats. The goats. Most of them, anyway. Yeah, but in the first 3 seasons, yeah, exactly. And that's it. So yeah, that's awesome. Awesome times. Yeah. I don't know what else to do. I think that might be it, guys. That was a W stream. This has been a W stream. Cause like wow, when the best contestants competed in 4 seasons. You're right. You're right. I say we boogie. Let's dance. You come to next might team. What? Oh my god. Like look at this absolute cinema. Let's count the winners, shall we? 1. Who else? 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 2. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? 3. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? 4. 5. I completely forgot Leafy won, bruh. 5 winners here. That's wild. Knights was robbed. No, Knights certainly was. The gain is here. One of them. Leafy was a good winner. Yeah, I don't know. Only like 1 and 2 of them are frauds in the 4 tops in the 4 spot, but besides that, peak. No, yeah, for real. Honestly, this is a peak page, peak contestants, peak everything, for the most part. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. I'll have a question. Which winner shocked you the most? Like which win, I guess, out of all the TPI winners, which win were you like, I did not see that coming? Min Min. Honestly, that's a really great answer. I was not expecting Min Min to win All Stars either. Especially because you had 2 Robloxians there who at the time were like 2 of the most beloved. So I was really honestly expecting one of the 2 to win. And then Min Min came out of nowhere. Sure, it was a rigged win, but respect. Not really, but it's there. Betty? Who's Min Min and HK, the guy who spoiled the season 8 winner? Oh my god. Of course. I don't know. Only frauds here. Shinobu. Oh yes, Shinobu. That is another unexpected win, especially because she competed against Link, who I was expecting was gonna win that season. Honestly, for me, Cream the Rabbit was another surprise win. I guess I can see why, because Toriko, Narancia, and Kaneki aren't that popular when it came to anime characters. So I guess Cream's win wasn't all that surprising, but I still didn't see that happening. Because at that time, I was expecting Toriko to win. I know a lot of people were in for him, so seeing Cream win, for me, was a surprise. But I can definitely see why. I don't know who else. I mean, I guess Leafy. Actually, Leafy's win made sense. It was 2020, which was a year where BFB was at its peak. I voted for Cream. I don't blame you. I thought Kaneki or Toriko would win, honestly. But we'll take another surprise win. Yeah. And honestly, I guess Leafy's win was a little surprising, especially because Leafy went up against Yoshi, Owen, and DJ. Like, that's tough competition right there. And Leafy made it on top. Who else? Who else? I guess I would say, well, it wasn't a surprising win, but especially compared to who she was up against. And I can't even think of her name. I'm so stupid. She was the recent winner after Shrek, and I can't think of her freaking name. How is this possible? That's how you know how much of a fan I am for Genshin. Leafy, one of the worst winners at this day, but her win was surprising. Yeah, yeah. Ugh, I'm excited for Champions World Clash too. Honestly, me too. Yalan, yes. I can't even think of the names. Anyway, Yalan, like a very deserved win and a little bit surprising because she was up against, Shadow, the hedgehog. So, honestly, a very much deserved and shocking win. Um, let's see. There's a lot of shocking wins, honestly. And then there was a lot of obvious wins too. Like I think we all knew Jesse HOH was gonna get his dub at some point, and season 3 had to be the season. I mean, the fact that that was his third time being in the finale, I would have felt bad if he lost. Um, like imagine Poke winning that. Like, I would have been, I would have been flabbergasted. Um, but like at that point, I think we all knew it had to be him. Um, Give the emo twink a win. You're right. You're right. Yeah, her name is similar to Elaine from Thunderbolts. I think you meant Yelena, but yes, I see you. TD, I've been tired so hard to get. I did. I really did. You could see that I was like, y'all, if you don't vote for HOH, something's wrong with you, honestly. Like season 3, I was desperate. But honestly, it had to be done. Because it would have been the most embarrassing loss in TPI history had he not win that season. There's a lot of obvious wins. I guess I will say Shrek winning Heroes versus Villains 2, although it was deserved. I mean, to be honest, who else would have won? Who else would it have been? How come you never do this to me? I should. I mean, do this for me. Question mark. Well, he is Jesse HOH. Um, a lot of obvious wins. So many. So many. I should do the next tournament I do live should be like I've already done seasons. I should do winners. There's 44 winners. So that wouldn't really work. Maybe I'll have a couple spots for like runner ups or something. Derek and Rena winning? Nah. I need more, y'all. Hey, this could be that season. Question mark. I thought Shrek or Smoke would win, and honestly I wasn't expecting Smoke to win. Like I know he had the whole underdog story and redemption, but I already knew the moment I planned the finalists. I was like, okay, it's really gonna be between these two characters. The two being Shrek and Aaron. Now, believe me, how surprised I was to see Aaron only got one single vote to freaking win. I was expecting Shrek and Aaron to be the top two. Now, Shrek winning, expected. Aaron only gained one vote, unexpected. But I would have voted for Knights if she made it. Honestly, if Knights is in the finale, that probably would have made the vote a little harder. Aaron and Ken should hang out. They definitely should. The one vote wonders. Hey, I mean, it would be better if you didn't get a vote at all. I'm pretty sure well, I'm not sure, but I'm certain that there's at least one finalist who didn't get a single vote at some point. I'm still mad Tokoyami didn't win back from the first. Honestly, I should have had Tokoyami in the finals. Like either add him to the finale, so have it be a 3-person finale, or swap him with either Spinel or Tanjiro. Who would be the one I swap? If I had to choose, I'd probably go with Spinel, but I don't know. Oh yeah, one thing that I should say. So for Christmas Eve, I was rewatching the seasons of Keeping Up with the Discord server. And I forgot how fun that was. And I think I said this year I was going to do season 5, but that didn't happen. So let's make it a goal for 2026. Season 5, All Stars. Let's make it happen. I'll probably make a video about it on like New Year's Day, so January 1st. But we'll see. because we really got to get back on track with that. And either I'll select the cast or whoever's wants to participate that has been in a season because it is All Stars. But yeah, I got out before merge twice and keep them. Damn, that's tragic. But at this point, I would take anybody who competes. I mean, hey, in TPI All Stars, had a lot of first boots there. Sam was in that season. Question: why is there a lack of Yaoi in TPI? I don't know, but I made up for it with Stefano and Hotshot. I got you. I got you. And there'll be more where that came from. I got last pre-merge boot, to be honest. Dang. Well, maybe season 5 will be your season. I'll probably make a video, and like season 4, where I actually had you guys do stuff, it'll be a whole Discord server. I'm probably gonna be using the same one I did for season 4, and that's where we'll see. Sam Stardew Valley solos total drama Sam. Any Sam, honestly, solos total drama Sam. Especially TPI total drama Sam, because like whoa, talk about embarrassing. I can't believe we've been live streaming for over 2 hours at this point. Okay, probably like 3 more minutes, and then I'm gonna have to end it here, fellas. So, any last minute questions? Now would be the time to let me know. Because this has been a fun W stream, and I have to do this again. Can you talk? Can you what? Can you talk? Let me host? We should do this again. We definitely should. Are you excited for Blood versus Water? You know I am. You know I am. I'm super stoked. Like I can't wait to print out the cast. I can't wait to make the intro. I can't wait to cook up some interactions and everything. I can't wait to reveal what the theme is gonna be for that season. I'm stoked. I'm stoked. Bring back the contestant I will not name. No, it's not gonna happen. I'm sorry, guys. Even if I make a special where I bring back every single contestant who's competed, that contestant will not be included. I second that with Levi. Don't you dare! Why are my messages the only ones that are expressive? Because it's awesome. And will you use any of my PUE season ideas? Maybe, but I kind of already have the ideas planned out. So maybe not. But I don't know. Do you like pencil? If we're talking about BFDI pencil, no. I'm not a huge fan. Then again, I'm not really a huge fan of any of them. Except for like Black Hole, I guess. Black Hole can stay. Play more Total Drama Roblox. I should. We gotta have a whole call. We forgot to do that this year for Christmas. Rip. Fair. I will take the chances. Yeah. Take the chances. But it was nice to take a trip down memory lane with all of these TPI seasons and TPI competitors and everything, because it's just so awesome. Like, oh my god, look at all these characters. We need a TPI quiz live stream. Yeah, I remember that Kahoot, but that Kahoot was just a normal Kahoot. I should make one where it's TPI related. I think haven't we done one before? I think we might have. I can't remember, but I will do one after season 45 ends. I will do one, and we'll have to find a day because that would be awesome. Yeah. Which number of competed seasons have the best contestants? Which number of competed? Oh, well, 4 is pretty stacked. I might have to go with 5 because look at this. Like the only character. Okay, well, it's only that guy, and I guess Mineta, and I guess Adeline. But other than those 3, like this is stacked. I mean, there's also 7 actually. Pokes there, so maybe not. I mean, this one's pretty stacked. These 3, but then again, Trico kind of fell off, so maybe not that one either. I would say either, honestly, 5 or 4 because 4 might have a few duds, but like they're pretty stacked. Especially 4 is really stacked, but I would say one of these 2 for sure. because look at all of these veterans and them shining in all their glory. Do you like anyone which is no one cast of BFDI? I don't know how to respond to that. Yeah. We need to do all of this because this was awesome. This is a W stream. Help me, Lightning and Nassar are being stupid in VC. What? Anyway, I think I'm going to have to end things off here. What are some of these questions I'm solving? Don't I know it? Anyway, this has been such a fun stream. For all of you guys who have came to join, thank you. And I hope you all had fun. And we will have to do this again. This is probably the last stream of the year. Let's be honest, we only have 5 days left. But in 2026, I will make it a goal to do as many more streams as possible to make it more fun for the community. We have to get back to being interactive and fun and all that stuff. We gotta make 2026 our year. Let's make it happen. Anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in. Stick around for a lot of videos and a lot of stuff. I'm not leaving. I know, unfortunately. But I'll see you guys in the next premiere, which is tomorrow. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Actually, show up to the premiere and let's make it active and fun. Let's make that a goal. It's episode 18, I believe, of TPI VVN3. So if you're not caught up, then you have 24 hours, actually less than 24 hours to catch up, and then we'll make it happen. So yes. All right, well, that is it. I am Noah, and I have to say, thanks for watching this stream. And I'm Senku, and I have to say, we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Yeah.